In your headlines, the Commissioner of Police has officially addressed the ongoing issues of fires in Grand Turk. National Health Insurance Board advises that travel insurance is not covered by the insurance plan. And Honorable Kyle Knoll says one of his top priorities is the Whelan constituency. From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providencial is your #1 source for news. I'm Erica Pinales, delivering the latest from across the country this Wednesday, February 3rd, 2022, right to your door. Newswatch starts now. Businesses and historical buildings being set on fire for a number of years, and the Office of the Commissioner of the Police has formally addressed the ongoing issue. West Road in the nation's capital, Grand Turk, has been fogged with clouds of smoke coming from a house that caught fire on January 31st, and the Commissioner of Police has finally properly addressed the constant issue.
The community of Grand Turk has been dealing with the issue of homes, businesses and historical buildings being set on fire for many years. In fact, over the last decades, the culture of setting fires in Grand Turk has never been properly addressed, and it shows no signs of abating. I've heard of many instances where for a number of years persons would set fires on the island for no purpose and at great financial cost and a feeling of safety to those on Grand Turk.
The Commissioner assured that the prevention and detection of crime is a priority of policing and always will be. However, it should also be the priority of everyone.
The incidence of fires over such an extended period demonstrates clearly that this is a deep-seated societal issue, a culture that Grand Turk needs everybody's help to address. Whilst I know I'm not very popular when I say that crime is everybody's issue and everybody's business, the fact is, and always will be, that it is. People on Grand Turk know who is setting these fires. I'd go as far to say that there are people on Grand Turk who could provide the evidence we need to lock up those responsible for these wanton and destructive acts that are blighting the communities of Grand Turk and putting people's lives and businesses in danger.
The Commissioner stands firm in saying that if you know something, you have a moral duty to tell the authorities. If you don't, you are being part of the problem.
Now is the time to do something. Now is the time to speak up and tell us what you know. Together we can make a real difference to the safety and security of the Grand Turk communities by tackling the root cause and culture of this issue. Let me be clear so I'm not misunderstood. I and my senior leadership team, together with the rest of the force, feel the weight of responsibility in keeping our communities safe, and we will do all we can to do that. We know that's our job, but we need to do it in collaboration with our partner agencies, our community partners, and most importantly, our communities. Working together is the only way we can deal with the crime and causes of it to build safer communities.
The Commissioner explained that for their part, the RTCIPF is committed to working with the communities, and the community policing program will be further rolled out during 2022.
This will include a schools program to engage with our youth and dedicated community officers to ensure we can listen and understand the concerns of our communities. For community policing to be successful, we need the engagement of you, the people within our communities. To drive forward the policing on Grand Turk, we have appointed 2 officers to key posts on the island. Assistant Superintendent Franklin Thomas is the new divisional commander, and he's directly responsible for policing on Grand Turk, South Caicos and Salt Cay. It is his job to be visible and available to the community so he can understand the concerns of the community. In addition, a brand new superintendent post has been put in place with Dwight Gardner filling that role. Superintendent Gardner will be responsible for delivering community policing across the TCI, and he has overall responsibility for community and response policing.
He believes that the creation of this new post and the appointment of Superintendent Gardner demonstrates their commitment to build a safer place for the people of the TCI and those who visit. Reportedly, said officers took up their posts on Tuesday, February 1st.
And the Deputy Commissioner and I are meeting with them this morning to discuss what is needed for Grand Turk. I am very confident that the community will see a change to policing on Grand Turk, and I'm asking you to support them, engage with them and tell us your concerns. In the immediate future, a community meeting has been arranged for tomorrow by the Deputy Commissioner and Superintendent Gardner. As you would expect, I've been in conversations this morning with the Governor and Government as we seek to build together a unified and sustainable solution to this problem. And I know there is a determination within us all to make this happen.
Finally, the Commissioner of Police elucidated that they are focused and determined to bring those to justice. But to get sustained change, they need full cooperation from the public.
There is clearly a damaging culture of arson and fire setting, and this has been the case for a long time. It's imperative we now work together to deal with this long-standing issue and bring a feeling of safety back to Grand Turk. May God continue to bless you and these beautiful by nature Turks and Caicos Islands. Thank you.
During Wednesday's press conference, Infrastructure Minister Honorable Akira Mizik gave an update on the COVID Works program. Take a look.
In September 2021, the government launched a COVID Works program with a view to support those who have lost jobs and livelihoods while providing labor-intensive work for economic exchange opportunities for persons to be engaged. The program was launched with a $5 million investment by the government and encourages Turks and Caicos Islanders with valid business license to submit proposals to the Public Works Department for consideration for works throughout the territory. To date, contracts have been awarded to islanders, but the scheme encountered some issues last year, which have now been ironed out. Minister Akira Mizik assures that works will commence soon.
The COVID Works program had resumed in the second week of December of last year. Contractors who have been successful to the tune of $1.1 million would have received either confirmation of their successful bid, the execution of their contracts, and at present, based on the report in front of me, we have 4 outstanding contracts that we are waiting to be returned from the Aegis Chambers in Grand Turk that we should have this upcoming week. So we're encouraging motorists, as the first round of those works, albeit did stall for a period of time, to ensure that the policy was able to actually bring to fruition the government's intention with the introduction or the reintroduction of a works program. We want to encourage you to be mindful there will be workers throughout the various communities doing the necessary verge cutting. So that's any of the overgrown foliage, any of the cleanup. We want to encourage us as good citizens, residents, and people of these islands to dispose of our waste properly and not continue to create more issues for the Ministry of Health and the Environmental Health Department.
Another $1 million worth of works will be awarded in the coming weeks for other islands.
Over the next 10 days, we have an estimate of another $1 million of works that will be contracted for the island of Middle Caicos and North Caicos. We're looking at a potential expenditure of $200,000 for the island of Salt Key, $85,000. Here in Providenciales is another $400,000, and the island of Grand Turk, $150,000. The works in this next round will be a bit more labor intensive. It's not just the cleaning up of the roadways, but we're looking at demolishing old buildings that no longer are fit for purpose and can be utilized. We're looking at the construction and the renovation of the Bombera beach huts, the sound stage, bathroom fixtures. In North Caicos, we're looking at the installation of speed bumps, gazebos, and a beautification project. On the island of Salt Key, as some would be aware, the bridge had collapsed, or a portion, not the whole bridge, is no longer structurally sound. The materials went over last week, and work should be commencing on that this week through our temporary workers program, which was approved in Cabinet last week, which would provide those persons who do not hold a business license as a petty, medium, or small contractor, but have the skill set to be able to be employed on some of these sites by PPID in order to carry out the necessary work.
She says registration for that program will go live this Friday, as they have had to identify supervisors on each island who will manage the work crews.
We're looking at some further grading. We understand that the road behind the Butterfield complex that adjoins the Edward Gartland Youth Center is in desperate need, so that has been brought forward as a priority area for grading. We would like to have that road renovated completely, but those large-scale road renovation works will have to wait until the Transportation Master Plan is concluded, as it will give a broad stroke approach to the entire renovation of our road networks here in the Turks and Caicos Islands, especially trying to find a way to mitigate against the challenges and traffic concerns experienced on Leeward Highway, as well as the drainage concerns experienced on Leeward Highway. That Transportation Master Plan will also cover the drainage concerns in the island of Grand Turk, especially through some of the ponds near what I grew up calling North School, but is also known as the Onaglinton Primary School.
Minister Mizik says there is now an assigned officer within her ministry to steer the entire project. She says this was one of the setbacks they experienced with getting the Works program fully off the ground last year.
That was one of the greatest challenges that we had when we rolled out this program originally. The staffing in PPID is very limited. The gentlemen and ladies are doing the best that they can, so we've had to reorganize our structure, take the other work that this project manager was conducting so that they could fulfill their obligations that we made to the people of these islands in this regard. Please also note, and you'll hear this on next week when we debate the budget, the supplementary budget, as well as the national budget in the upcoming financial year. This program will transition from a COVID Works program, as we're hoping to move away from COVID, and be a generalized Works program, community enhancement and environmental remediation. And so you will hear more about that and how we will be rolling that out, because that would be a much larger scale sort of project and network that needs to be done. We need to remove these derelict vehicles off the sides of the roads. We want to urge persons who are interested in this area in this industry to start putting their thoughts together on how best they would be able to partner with TCIG in scrap metal remediation as well as tire remediation, because we do have a great deal of tires on this island that is very challenging to dispose of, and so we are seeking innovative resolutions to those concerns instead of just stacking them up in a corner and hoping one day that they disappear, when in essence they will never disappear because they'll outlive all of us.
For PTV Newswatch, I'm Delana Isles.
Don't go anywhere. More Newswatch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. The National Health Insurance Board wishes to advise the public that travel insurance is not covered by the board and to consider private travel insurance when traveling outside of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Details in this report. There is a world uptick in COVID-19 positive cases, and PAHO Media informs us that 14 countries are yet to vaccinate 40% of people, and the Americas remain the most unequal region in the world in the fight against COVID. From a public notice, we've gathered that persons traveling are at high risk of exposure that can result in a medical emergency. Beneficiaries are reminded that the National Health Insurance Plan does not cover medical emergencies while overseas. There are a number of inconveniences that can occur if a person is tested positive for COVID-19 while out of the country, including extended travel, ticket change cost, and extended accommodations. Travel insurance is an easy and economical way of ensuring coverage during this pandemic. The right travel insurance is convenient, economical, and can cover emergency medical coverage, emergency medical evacuation coverage, trip interruption, and cancel for any reason. The board advises that for further assistance, you can contact a local travel agency for travel insurance packages. We're informed that additional options for travel insurance are available online and to be sure to review coverage before purchase, as once again, the National Health Insurance Plan does not cover medical emergencies while overseas. Honorable Kyle Knowles says one of his top priorities in the Wheeling constituency is to have the plaguey problem of the arbitrary landfill permanently corrected. Gathered from an article online, Honorable Knowles said, as a resident of the area, the problem of the landfill's choking smoke and noxious gas sits uncomfortably with everyone in the area, and therefore he is diligently working towards a long-term solution. A week and a half ago, residents of the area took complaints of an unbearable stench online, saying that they could not breathe due to the stench once again coming from the dump. Some residents even advocating for a class action lawsuit against the government for not moving quicker to fix the frustrating issue. In response, Knowles said he was working tirelessly to carry out a suitable solution to the problem. He said, quote, "Once I got wind of the stench that was coming from the solid waste facility, I immediately got on the phone with my colleague, the Minister of Health, Honorable Jamel Robinson, but I personally went down there to the dump to investigate myself because I am a resident of the area. Anything that affects them affects me," end quote. He said the problem at the time was not from a fire, but areas of hotspots on the landfill. Landfill hotspots are areas of increased temperature that point to the presence or likely future occurrence of subsurface fires. Honorable Knowles said, quote, "We were able to identify that it wasn't a fire. There were various hotspots where there were various emissions coming from the ground that needed to be covered. And this is a part of the normal process of the operation of the landfill. So, we made sure that those areas got the necessary attention, but we're monitoring it on a daily basis so that we are able to have better control over the area," end quote. He explained, revealing that the Caribbean Development Bank has started a study on not just the landfill in Providenciales, but across the Turks and Caicos Islands. Quote, "Needless to say that the CDB study has begun. I am the current chair of the Solid Waste Task Force, but in the interim, we are trying to mitigate small fix here and there, but we could come up with some result for the major fix." The fix that we are coming up with is not just for Providenciales, it is for the Turks and Caicos Islands. Rome was not built in a day. We will be faced with these challenges, end quote. Honorable Knowles said, quote, "It is a matter I campaigned on, and I want to know that when we fix it correctly. We don't want to go and fix it the wrong way," end quote. Stay tuned for an interview with Honorable Kyle Knowles regarding the dump issue coming to you this week. Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Coming up next is your sports authority and weather forecast. Sister Craft Market Souvenir Shop. Come and visit us for your travel keepsakes, keychains, artwork, t-shirts, clothing, jewelry, and many more. We're located at the Lower Bight gas station in Providenciales, and you can contact us at 649-341-3070. That's 649-341-3070. Sister Craft Market and Souvenir Shop.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Here's the latest in your sports authority and weather forecast.
The Sports Commission wants to provide clarity to those who are confused about what exactly the Let's Move campaign is geared towards. Well, we had the opportunity to speak to representatives from the Sports Commission who cleared the air on what exactly the campaign hopes to do. The campaign is currently in its 5th week. Representatives highlighted that the program exists to encourage fitness and healthier lifestyle habits. Ifani Otonye and Angela Gardner took us through the basics.
Well, Let's Move TCI campaign is a 12-week campaign. That's a health and fitness campaign that is nationwide, all around the Turks and Caicos Islands. It's mainly to motivate society and the residents to continue to engage in a lifestyle of healthy eating, continue to be active, and just during this time as COVID-19 is very prevalent, increasing your immune system and just being active to help decrease the effects of it if you were to catch COVID-19. We decided we're going to create this campaign to kind of involve all of that, and it includes we have our partners, which is Sports Commission, we have Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education, and also NHIP.
There is a method to the madness, however. Angela Gardner explained that 12 weeks has been found to be the perfect time for new habits to stick.
The campaign will be for 12 weeks, naturally, because it takes 3 weeks for a habit to become a lifestyle, or vice versa. So it runs for 12 weeks, so that way we want to start the campaign, so that way you can go ahead and continue living a better lifestyle after the campaign is done.
Gardner added that some of the benefits of the program include getting people moving.
So we definitely want to get people moving. I'm one of the fitness professionals, so we have 4 professionals that we all did 3 workouts that we provide every week. The workouts range from different varieties, from beginners all the way to novice, so anyone can join. We have local chefs who helps with the recipes, from things such as like eggs to salmon, things that you can find locally that we try to create and inherit a better eating lifestyle as well.
If you go to the letsmovetci.com website, there is a registration fee of $20 where recipes and fitness videos from the program will be up for as long as you may need them. There are also additional incentives to work out.
We also have weekly giveaways. So every week you can tag us on Facebook or Instagram at Let's Move TCI, and you can post like your workouts, do our weekly challenges, or your own version of our recipes, and that's how we keep the population engaged. We seem to have a lot of friendly competitions between the government and private bodies, so people are liking it. They like the idea, and they want to see the whole Turks and Caicos live a better lifestyle.
For your Sports Authority, I'm Alik Harvey.
Here's your weather forecast for February 4th, 2022. For the nation's capital, Grand Turk, on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 79, low 73, winds east-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. For South Caicos on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 79, low 74, winds east-northeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. For North and Middle Caicos on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 80, low 73, winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For Parrot and Pine Key on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 80, low 73, winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And on Providenciales on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 80, low 73, winds east at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For your sunrise and sunset, sunrise 6:29 a.m., sunset 5:36 p.m., and for your high tides and low tides 9:57 a.m., 10:25 p.m., and low tides 3:45 a.m., 4:11 p.m. And that's it for your weather forecast. We'll be right back with more Newswatch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future.
I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Welcome back to Newswatch. This story has so much valid information that we thought we'd run it again just in case you missed it. The Department of Citizenship and Naturalization within the Ministry of Home Affairs, Transportation, Broadcasting, Energy, and Utilities wishes to remind all citizens of the Turks and Caicos Islands of the importance of checking the validity of their passports, whether there are immediate plans to travel or not. More significantly, the expiry dates on passports must be checked before purchasing airline tickets, as strict guidelines are governing the issuance of TCI emergency passport stock. Emergency temporary passports may be issued locally under the following conditions. 1. Request from InterHealth Canada regarding an emergency transfer of a patient to another country outside of the Turks and Caicos Islands. 2. Urgent business travel by government officials and parliamentarians. And 3, any other travel that may be considered on compassionate grounds. Further, the department wishes to advise that when you are traveling, your passport must have validity of 6 months and beyond. Additional information and forms may be found on the website www.gov.tc/passports. That brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Penales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.